Media has a number of roles in facilitating student learning and engagement. The inclusion of digital media in the learning experience establishes and increases a range of students' skills such as strategic thinking, creativity, and vital life skills. Eddie and Lockyer say that the incorporation of digital media in education facilitates the development of knowledge and skills which students can utilise later in life. Due to the highly accessible nature of digital media, it also allows students to be present in the class without being in the room. Educators and researchers understand that the engagement with content is key for students' learning. However, material sometimes needs to be designed to fit different learning styles in order to improve learning outcomes. Gamified digital media is one method to increase student learning and engagement. Bayerlin and McGrath contend that the incorporation of digital media and game mechanics into education will create a fun learning environment and ultimately will encourage students' learning and engagement with their content.
Over the past decade, there has been an influx of digital technology and media creation and use, and it has undoubtedly become an intrinsic part of everyday life and society.
Schools and universities across Australia have incorporated interactive whiteboards and computers which connect to the world and its information at higher speeds than ever before.
Laptops and iPads in recent years have been rolled out in schools across Victoria. These initiatives are designed to engage students in the learning content through a means which appears to be most appealing, accessible, and effective to the learning style of students.
The highly visual nature of digital media supports students' information processing by demonstrating a clear representation of the learning material. These representations would ultimately encourage engagement and establish comprehensive knowledge and understanding of the learning content. An example of highly visual educational digital media would be YouTube videos. YouTube holds the potential to visually clarify topics in an alternate way to which teachers may. Eddie and Lockyer write, when students meaningfully interact with multimedia information, they encode this information into their long-term memory. Eddie and Lockyer cite that teachers use digital media for a variety of purposes and in many ways, including as a way to introduce a new topic to students, as a part of a teacher's lecture or demonstration, as a stimulus to a group or whole class discussion, to provide students with access to different text types, to engage students in activities that are not possible in the classroom, or to allow students to work at their own pace as a review or extension activity.
A survey asking 202 students how they find their information for their assignments found that 71% of students said that they will access the internet every day to find information for their assignments. 24% of students said they wouldn't think to use the books they have at home for information. 15% said they wouldn't use their school's library to access information for their assignments. Out of the 191 students who were surveyed, 74% said they wanted their teachers to incorporate more digital media into their learning.
The advances in accessibility of digital technologies and medias have exponentially increased student engagement and learning opportunities. An opportunity made possible by accessibility and advancements is mobile studying. Online or cloud computing is an integral part of university learning and is another result of accessibility and advances to digital media. Many institutions use sites like Deakin or Moodle to remotely engage their students with learning content. This is an efficient and accessible way for students to learn and access material. With online resources such as Google becoming increasingly accessible through the creation of internet-able portable devices such as the smartphone, learning is no longer restricted.
When Year 9 student Fred was asked how he researched information, he responded with, "I just type in like the thing I want into Google, I guess."
Gamifying education is another way digital media facilitates student learning and engagement. Gamified learning involves game-based mechanics, aesthetics, and game thinking to engage students, motivate action, promote learning, and problem solving. Gamified learning material allows students to engage in self-paced learning and creates a sense of self-gratification once new materials and levels are unlocked. The gamification of learning material is a useful way to bridge the gap between the classroom theories and the real world. Reports cited in Balin and McGrath contend that as a result of game-based learning, knowledge retention can be up to 10 times greater than traditional methods. According to Leaning, there are numerous reports of students working harder and studying more as to partake more fully in the gamified learning that teachers offer. There are many reports that gamified digital media helps increase student learning engagement. When I was in primary school, I distinctively remember my teachers using computer games in an attempt to increase my knowledge, enjoyment, and overall content engagement. My favourite game was Numbers Up Volcanic Panic. Volcanic Panic was a digital multiplayer board game which involved rolling a dice to move around the board. Volcanic Panic was great because the learning content could be tailored to my year level and the areas I needed to focus on the most. The game involved answering a variety of maths-based questions to gain credits to move around the board and level up. With the credits you earned, you could buy items that would increase your chances of winning. Not only was this game enjoyable, but it increased my maths knowledge and encouraged strategic thinking.